name is Curtis Hawks. I'm with Legacy Financial Partners. I want to first off say thank you to everyone. I know you have busy schedules, so I appreciate you taking the time to be on the call today. One quick housekeeping item. We're going to be covering a lot of material, and I know many of you budgeted a certain amount of time for the call today, so I am going to be putting our phone number up at the end of the call, and I would encourage you, I know we're going to have questions, call in, talk to one of our marketers. They're going to be able to better answer your question than I will on the call today. And then secondly, we're also going to be having a special offer that you need to call in for at the end of the call for the advisors that are on the call today. So first off, before we get started, just a little bit of background about us. The name of the company is Legacy Financial Partners. We're an independent marketing organization based out of Kansas. And I started this firm for a couple of reasons. One, I felt that there was a void in the marketplace for truly unique and innovative ideas. And secondly, I felt like, you know, when you looked at the offerings out there from the FMOs, IMOs, BGAs, what have you, I felt like there was a lack of customization. And what I mean by that is, and this might actually sound familiar to some of you, but so many advisors, they have to adjust to how an FMO or an IMO does business, whether it's on how they get their quotes, their new business, what have you. Well, I don't think that makes any sense. I think the advisors are what run this industry. They're the ones that are meeting with the clients. They're the ones that are driving all the revenue. So I think it should be an IMO's job to customize what they do with how an advisor wants to be worked with. I believe that what's most important is what's most important to the advisor, from how they want to get their quotes, the types of sales ideas and concepts they want to hear about, to even how new business is processed for them. What do we order? What do we not order? How do you want us to follow up? Do you want an email? Do you want a phone call? How many times? All of those things should be customized to each individual advisor, because all of you are different. All of you are doing different things. So it doesn't make any sense in my mind to have one set of operating procedures for hundreds or thousands of advisors that are out there. So in any case, the purpose of today's call is about innovation. So let's talk a little bit about the marketplace today. So one thing that I want to, and I'll keep going back to this, is the landscape has shifted. The ways in which consumers seek information and make purchases has changed. In fact, 87% of the adults out there use the internet. So let's take it a little bit further. Among seniors with an annual household income of $75,000 or more, 90% go online and 82% have broadband at home. For seniors earning less than $30,000 annually, 39% go online and 25% have broadband at home. So the more affluent individuals out there are more likely to use the internet as a source of information. And as of this year, 61% of the senior marketplace uses the internet as their primary source of information. If you were to look at the boomer marketplace and look at that market, they view the internet as the most important source of information when they make major market purchases. In fact, over 70% of the boomer market views the internet as their primary source of information. And if you go even younger and you look at Gen X, millennials, it's over 90%. So the shift that's occurring is that more and more people use the internet as a primary source of information. In fact, as an example, when was the last time you pulled out a phone book to look up a phone number? My guess is that it's probably been a while. What do we usually do? Google it. So I know many of you probably, that's not new information. But one question that you probably have in your head is, okay, that's fine, yeah, that's probably right. But how does it pertain to our industry? Are people actually going online and looking for financial advisors? Are they looking for the products and services that we provide? Well, the answer is yes. Let me I want to show you this. So there's a lot of big numbers on here. An important point I want to make is that these are not annual search results. These are monthly search results. These are search volume every single month. And you'll see that you have on the low end estate planning checklist at 1,600, onto a high end of 550,000 for what is an annuity. You're also going to see that this is maybe 20 keyword combinations. As you can imagine, there's thousands of keyword combinations that are searched every day. There are literally millions of consumers, millions of searches every single month for the products and services that you provide. So the volume's there. We know that consumers are using the internet as a source of information. So when I typically first start talking to an advisor, I want to get an understanding of what their business looks like, what they're doing, what their target market is, and also, how do you currently market? And the answers I typically get are direct mail, seminars, preset appointments, radio, newspaper, referrals, what have you. But the shift that's occurred across all demographics is that more and more individuals use the internet as their primary source of information. So why don't we have a robust digital marketing strategy as an advisor? And I'm not saying that there's a silver bullet out there. I don't believe that there is. But what I do believe is that a successful marketing strategy markets to your target market via the media platforms that they are most likely to use. I believe, in what I've seen with the advisors that I've worked with over the years, is that the most successful advisors have a marketing strategy and they implement multiple marketing activities on a consistent basis year over year, and it produces consistent growth year over year. Well, if we know that majority of the population uses the internet as their primary source of information, and we know that the search volume is there that supports it, if you don't have a robust digital marketing strategy and you plan on being in this business the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, not only are you missing an opportunity, but you will fall behind. Not only will you fall behind, but what I believe you'll see is over time diminishing returns on your more traditional forms of marketing. And I'm not saying direct mail, seminars, preset appointments, or any of those things are bad. They have been good for a long time. They're good right now. I think they're going to continue to be good. But I do think you're going to see diminishing returns. So if you haven't properly prepared for that, as you can probably imagine, that's going to have a dramatic impact on your business. Now, I think we all know this. Having a website does not mean consumers will find you online. I think most advisors know that they need an online presence. And to that extent, they've probably gone out and got a website. Maybe they've even spent some money and done pay-per-click advertising online, or even hired an SEO company to help them out. But even those things don't necessarily mean a consumer will find you online. And at the end of the day, isn't that really the point of having a website? You want somebody to find you and then pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, I found you online. I have questions about this. Secondly, the ways in which search engines rank sites have evolved. So all of these search engines, they use algorithms, complex mathematical computations. That's how you get 1 million search results in 0.3 seconds. And they're constantly changing. The algorithms that were used 5 years ago are different than the ones that are used today. The algorithms that will be used 5 years from now are different than the ones that are used today. It is key, if you want to implement digital marketing and you want to have success, that you align yourself with a firm that understands that and has a fluid structure, a structure that adjusts with the changing algorithm. Because what that means if you don't is that what works today doesn't work tomorrow, and you lose your equity, you lose your ranking. Digital marketing is not a one-time thing. It's not, I'm going to get a website and then now I'm going to rank. It's a continuous deal, and working with a company that understands that, that is set to handle that and help you along the way is key. And I know I'm reiterating this, but you know, you've got over 1 million search results a month just in those 20 keywords that I showed you. The market is there. People are using the internet. People are searching. They're just not finding you. But I submit to you that we have a solution to that, and we're going to talk about it today. So, components of a sale. Before we get into the system, I want to address this. I want to give you a little bit of an idea of the mindset when we develop this. And you know, again, we're an IMO. We're an independent marketing organization. We're not a lead company. And I'm going to keep saying that, but here's why I'm saying that. A lead company. First off, what is a lead? A name, a number, and they should be interested in something. They should have taken some action. They returned a mail piece. They responded to an ad. They did something. But that's it. How does a lead company make money? They don't make money when you sell an annuity or sell a life insurance policy. They make money when you buy a lead. So the more leads they produce, the more money they make. Well, we're an IMO. The way we make money is when you write business. It's a little different. We gain nothing by getting a bunch of leads to an advisor that aren't good. So what we looked at were, what are the components of a sale? What, if we're going to do this, what has to be there to give the advisor the best opportunity to make a sale, so that way the advisor is making money and we're making money? So first off, there has to be a prospect. Secondly, they have to have money. You might have a client that, or a prospect that's very nice, will meet with you anytime you want. If they don't have any money, you can't help them. There's nothing you can do. There has to be a need there. You could have a prospect that has money, but if they don't think that they have a need, then there is no sale. Fourth, motivation. You could have someone that has money, has a need, but if they don't have an overwhelming desire to take care of it, there is no sale. And last, trust, which I think might be the most important one. You could have a prospect that has money, has a need, they want to get it taken care of. But if they don't trust you, well, there is a sale, but it's probably not with you. We have developed this system to generate prospects that have money, have a need, are motivated to take action on that need, and contact you. And before they even contact you, they feel that you're a trusted individual, that you're a knowledgeable individual, and that you will be able to help them, even though they've never even talked to you. That's how they feel when they contact you. So our proprietary system, the Trusted Optimized Producer System, is comprised of 3 components: search engine optimization, reputation optimization, and local integrated marketing. These 3 components, operating in sync, will position you as the most trusted advisor in your community. It will position you as the most highly rated and knowledgeable advisor in your community, and it will generate a consistent stream of organic, 100% exclusive client inquiries. You probably noticed that I don't say lead, because what is a lead? A name, a number, and maybe they're interested in something. A client inquiry is someone that has money, has a need, wants to take action on it, and knows your name before they even pick up the phone and call you. That's a client inquiry. So the first component of this, reputation optimization. If I were to ask you, where do your best prospects come from? Where did you get your best clients? My guess is that a significant portion of you would say referrals. Why is that? Well, if their best friend says that you're a good guy, what have you done? You've bridged that trust gap. If their brother, sister, mom, dad tells you to give them a call and you say, hey, your mom, we just worked together. She mentioned you might benefit from some of the things that I do here. Are they going to listen to you? Yeah. Certainly going to be better than a cold call or even direct mail. Well, the stats back that up. 92% of people out there will trust recommendations from people they know. That makes sense. It's something we already see. We already know that referrals are typically our best prospects. But here is a statistic that you probably aren't aware of. 72% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Think about that for a second. Think about the gravity of that. 72% of the adult population in this country will trust an online review from a stranger as much as a referral from their mom, their dad, their brother, their sister, their best friend. Almost 70% of consumers out there, before they do business with a business or an advisor, are going to search reviews about that business or advisor. %70 of businesses are going to look at reviews, and if they see they're favorable, that will influence whether they do business with them or not. And you can see that we've got a few more stats here, but it all supports what we're talking about. This wasn't the case 5 years ago, but it's a powerful force now. And optimizing for that is key to ranking and having people not only see you online, but view you as a trusted individual. Let me show you an example of this. If you're shopping online and find two products that are virtually identical and similarly priced, but one has all favorable reviews and the other doesn't have any reviews, or maybe it has positive mixed with negative, which one are you going to buy? Probably the one with positive reviews. But let's take it even a step further. I would guess that probably some of you buy things online. I would guess that some of you probably used eBay before. Let's say you're on eBay. You find the product that you're looking for and you want to buy it. What is the absolute first thing you do before you buy that product? You pull up the seller's profile and you look at their reviews. You want to make sure they're a trustworthy individual and that if you send them money, they're going to send you the product that you wanted. So many of you are already doing this. In fact, Google has seen this. This is one of the changes that's gone on. They now serve search results by reputation, not just in open search results, but especially in all local and proximity map search results. What does that jargon mean? If Google has two businesses that are similar and sees that one has a favorable online presence, has favorable reviews about them, and one has negative or none, they're going to rank the favorable business over the one that doesn't have any reviews or has negative reviews. So within our system, we've developed a software that integrates into your web presence that automates a review filtering process. In addition to this, this software captures reviews and repurposes them into your marketing campaigns. Search engine optimization. Some of you might be familiar with this, some of you might not, but it's basically optimizing a site to rank on certain keywords. And I would encourage you to check this out because I'm going to show you how we're different here. But there are a lot of search engine optimization companies out there. And regardless of your budget and how much money you want to spend, if you talk to any search engine company, what they're going to tell you is that if you want to rank on certain keywords, it's going to take 9 to 12 months to do that. It's a long-term process. With this system, it takes about 6 weeks. Now again, this system's been started development over a year ago. So we've already done all this legwork to get things to where they are. So specific intent keywords. We rank on over 60 specific intent keywords. Now, I'm not saying just keyword. I'm saying specific intent keyword. And there's a reason for that. Now, I'm going to show you that in a minute. But what's a keyword? Let's use the example, what is an annuity? I don't really know anything about that person. I know they want to know what is an annuity. I don't know if they have money. I don't know if they're an actual individual that's a good prospect. It could very well be a college student writing a paper for their finance class. It could be somebody that wants to become an advisor that is going to go in for an interview and just doesn't want to sound like a dummy in the interview and wants to have an understanding of the different products that are out there. So we rank on over 60+ specific intent keywords. Secondly, the advisors that are in the system receive a unique profile page optimized to a set list of specific intent keywords. And I'm going to show you why that's important and how we do that here in a minute. Lastly, each advisor is able to link their website to their profile. I'll give you an example of why that's important. Websites have authority on different topics. So one of the things that is out there is citation authority. So let's say, for instance, you own a lawn mowing company, and you work with you worked out a deal with Walmart. They're going to sell your lawnmowers in their stores. Walmart's website gets millions of hits every single month. If they put a link to your website on their website, it instantly sends authority to your website saying, for people that are searching for information on lawnmowers, this site over here is just as relevant as our site. So it pulls your ranking up. It's essentially, think of it as like nitrous for a car. Well, because we do that and it's linked to our national site, that's an edge that you have over your competitors. Your competitors that are out there that are showing up in search results in your local city, they've got their website and that's it. The advisors that are in the Trusted Optimized Producer system not only have their website, but they have that nitrous, that national engine with our site pushing their site up as well. So I want to address each of these bullets. So let's talk about specific intent keywords. So let me show you what I mean by that. What is universal life insurance? Definition and quotes available. So you're going to see, you've got these ads here. What's the #1 search result? Our site, Legacy Financial Partners, the #1 organic search result. We don't want to just rank on somebody that types in universal life insurance. The longer tail the keyword, which is that's what this is referred to as a long-tail keyword. The more somebody types in and the more specific they are about what they want, the higher conversion rate for a sale. But you'll see here we rank first in the country. Annuity calculator. Learn about fixed and variable annuities. Again, you'll see here, you've got your ads here. We're the #1 organic search result. I'll show you another example here. Best annuity rates calculator, financial advisor. So somebody that is interested in annuity rates. They want to see how their money would perform, and they want to talk to an advisor. If somebody searched that and then they picked up the phone to call you, do you think you'd have a good shot at closing business with them? I would say better than average. Now, you'll notice I'm not talking about paid advertisements. You see these ads here at the top and over here to the right. There's a reason for that. On paid advertising, somebody pays to have their ad show up. On organic search results, which is where we show up, somebody has to have authority on a topic, they have to be knowledgeable on that topic, and they have to have a good reputation. So people are more apt to do business with a company that shows up in organic search results than they are for an advertisement, because they know those things. Secondly, with the content that we've created for our consumer site, we are very straightforward about it. And we make a point to say that while this is good information that's on our site, you need to talk to a knowledgeable financial advisor. You need to talk to a knowledgeable advisor that can take into, that can look at all the scenarios, all your assets, your money, where you're at, your goals, your time horizons, etc. And then come back to you with what the right strategy is. Secondly, and many of you probably even saw this here just in the last month, the NAIC is very closely monitoring misleading advertisements online. They are looking at, as an example, high interest rates that might not apply to everyone, or a high interest rate that's on a product that somebody wouldn't buy. They're very closely monitoring bait and switch tactics, ads that say, you know, don't buy life insurance until you look at this report, but I want to sell you life insurance, or don't buy an annuity until you go to my site, and then I want you to buy an annuity from me. They're very closely monitoring those things. We do not do any of that, and we rank organically. So you won't see any paid advertising with us because, again, we're an IMO. We want to put the advisors that are in this system in the best position possible to get a high-quality prospect that has money, has a need, wants to take advantage of it, wants to talk to an advisor so that that advisor can close the sale out, and that advisor can make money, and we can make money, and we're both happy together. Now, I want to show you some examples of advisors that are in the system. So I'm going to show you, one, we track everything. We've got more reporting capabilities than you could even fathom. But the advisor site that I'm going to show you is a new advisor into the system. If you looked at his web traffic prior, so let's say 30 days, I believe it was 30 days prior to him being in our system, he showed up on 22 keywords. So there were only 22 keyword combinations where his website would even show up. And over half of those, he was 10 pages back. My guess is that many of you with your website, that's the issue that you run up against, which is why nobody calls you from finding you online, because they're not going to go 10 pages back, and maybe they're typing in something that's a good specific intent keyword combination, but your website doesn't even show up. So this advisor ranked on 22 keywords. I believe he'd only had 4 visits to his site in the last 30 days leading up to getting into the system. And he was 10 plus pages back on most of the searches. I want to point out, first off, you can see I've run the last 30 days. He ranks on 169 different keyword combinations. Almost 2,000 people have seen his site and his information, which, by the way, creates significant brand awareness. And then he's had almost 60 visits to his site. Mind you, he had 4 the 30 days prior to being in the system. He's had almost 60 in the 30 days since. And then I want to point this out. This here, this list, in the last 30 days, are his first and second page rankings. As I mentioned, he only ranked on 22 keywords. In the span of 30 days, he has over 20 now that he ranks on the first or second page of Google in his local market. If somebody typed in that they were looking for a fixed indexed annuity in your city and called you, do you think you'd have a shot with them? Do you think somebody, if you show up on the first page of Google when they're looking for a financial advisor and they called you, that you'd have a shot with them? Or any of these iterations? I think you would. I think you'd have a better than average shot. And so I mentioned earlier that we rank nationally for over 60 specific intent keyword combinations, and I showed you a few examples of those, and they're long tail keywords. Well, one of the byproducts of what we're doing, and part of what we designed into the system, is that when we rank for a long sentence-like keyword like that, what happens is that if somebody's in your local market in your city searching a keyword that maybe has chunks of that longer keyword in it, it pulls your website up and you rank. So you can see, for instance, well, we'll rank on various iterations of indexed annuities. When somebody types in a fixed index annuity in that advisor's city, now they rank on that keyword combination, even though we haven't built that in, but it was all by design. So let me show you another example. Here's another advisor. Wealth Management, Waynesville, North Carolina. That's where this advisor is. He's an RIA, he sells annuities, does life insurance, assets under management. Here's the first search result. He's the first search result for somebody that's interested in wealth management in his community. I want to make another point on this too, because we'll get to this in the when we go back to the PowerPoint. This is his RIA platform. So not only does he have the first ranking here, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots on the first page of Google with the various directory listings that we've claimed. So let's say you're a consumer. You got assets, you're looking for a wealth manager in your local community, and you do a search. And you see that you've got pretty much 2 options on the first page of Google. You've got this local competitor of his, and then you've got another company that has 6 listings on the first page. Who are you probably going to call? Who, in your eyes, probably has the more successful business, is more knowledgeable, and is more highly rated? Probably the advisor that has multiple listings. And at this point, probably most of you thought that I was talking about, with this system, will get you on the first page. I'm not talking about getting you on the first page. I'm talking about dominating the first page. I'm talking about when a consumer needs help with an annuity, life insurance, wants to invest money. When they go online and they do that search, there's no question. An advisor in the Trusted Optimized Producer System is the guy to call. Let me show you another example. Financial services. Right here, Anderson Financial Services on the first page. Let me show you another example. Number 1 spot. A component of what this advisor does is federal employee benefits. So he works with federal employees, helps them on what options to choose and enrolling their money. Not only does this system break out into annuities, life, manage money, but we can actually, with your website, adjust the back end of it. So, for instance, he would not show up for people that had questions that were federal employees. prior to being in the system. We can adjust the back end of your site to pull that rank for you as well. I'll show you another example. Not only does he have the #2 spot, but he's got the #4 spot as well. Do you think if somebody was looking for a trusted financial advisor in your area and they saw that and picked up the phone and called you, that you'd have a good shot at closing business with them? That's what this system will do. Now, one of the things you probably noticed is that I showed you, I think, 2 or 3 specific intent keywords that we rank on, and I've been showing you all of these other iterations. We don't publish our pool of keywords. So I'm not going to show you all of those results, but suffice to say, and for time purposes, I'm showing you these examples, but there's a significantly larger number of keywords that this advisor and the other advisors rank on. The other point I want to make is this advisor got into the system September 26th, so roughly 30 days. As I mentioned to you, it takes us about 6 weeks to get everything set up. So these are results, and we're not even done with the entire setup of the system. So the other component I want to show you is here's what a profile looks like. You put a picture, name, phone number, services that you provide. You've got the profile, a little bit about yourself, your license number. I mentioned the link to your website. This is the nitrous that I was talking about. You've got your location, details, social media, etc. This is what shows up. So when I mentioned on those specific intent keywords where I can show you, okay, we don't have an advisor here because our website shows up. Well, when we have an advisor in the system, when we put them in there, now their profile shows up in that area. That's how you gain that first page ranking. So going back to the presentation, local integrated marketing. One of Google's most important indicators of a website's value is citation authority. What this means is that Google reviews and catalogs every time it sees your company name and information. So we claim and promote your business on 100+ directories, including your profile. You saw an example of that with our advisor that was out in North Carolina. He had 5, 6 listings out of 10 on the first page of Google for somebody that wants to talk to a wealth manager. We implement Maps marketing. We make it very easy for someone to find you, to be able to call you and talk to you. And we verify your business with Google. So this is an important step, verifying your business. So we talked about how Google is going to rank websites based off of their status, if they've got a favorable reputation or not. The other way that they're going to rank a site is whether or not you're a verified business. So what does a verified business mean? Google is going to sort local search results by businesses that they have verified are legitimate, have an accurate address, all of those things. They're going to rank a verified business over a non-verified business. Now, many of you probably didn't even realize that Google even does this. Well, one, it's not something they market proactively, but then 2, your competitors don't know that either. We build that into this system and verify your business with all of the search engines, because whether it's Bing, Google, all of them have that process. It takes actually about 2 weeks to set up. Which I mentioned. We've got about a 6-week setup time on this, but this is a solution that will benefit you year over year over year over year. And if we're going to do something, we're going to do it right so that it produces results, because at the end of the day, we don't make money unless you make money. So what does all this mean? The advisors that we have in the Trusted Optimized Producer System, we will elevate their reputation to position them as the best in the business in their local markets. Everyone in your market will know that you are the most trusted advisor. I showed you an example. If somebody even searches that, in our advisor in North Carolina. If they search, he's the first rank. Not only is he the first ranking, he's got 2 rankings. We will generate a consistent stream of 100% exclusive, organic, and qualified prospects. Again, what do we design the system around? To get people that have money, have a need, are motivated to take action on that need, to see you, see who you are, see what product lines you work with, and pick up the phone and call you, and already know that you're a good, trustworthy individual before they even pick up the phone. So some other key points. This is the only system like this in the country for financial advisors. This is our proprietary system. We've spent over a year developing it. There is a lot of advice out there when it comes to digital marketing. A lot of advice. How to optimize your blog post, get into social media, how to optimize your website. There's all this advice out there. But what didn't exist until we developed this was a solution. Are you going to go optimize the back end of your website? Are you going to do all this crazy linking with social media? No. You're running a business. You're meeting with clients, and you want to meet with more. This system is that solution. It's all of those things packaged into one system that will do all the things necessary to position you as the most highly rated, knowledgeable, trusted advisor in your community. We are an IMO. If we have an advisor that does this system, we don't make money unless it works. In fact, for that matter, with any of the things that we do with marketing, we've actually got 5 different marketing platforms. So I would encourage you, if you call and ask about those as well. Well, we don't make a dime until you do. This system will enhance your other marketing activities. Let me give you an example. Some of you might do direct mail, some of you might do seminars. Let's use seminars as an example. When you do a seminar invite, do you think there's a chance that person might go online and search your name? If somebody does that, do you think if they see a robust digital presence with favorable reviews about you, do you think that might push them to respond and show up to your workshop if they were on the fence or were thinking maybe I don't want to do this? Absolutely. Not only will this system generate prospects for you and improve your brand in your community, but it will enhance all of your other marketing activities. This can be an anchor to your marketing plan. And we have a special offer. We have an added bonus for the advisors that are on this call today. But you have to call in and talk to one of our marketing reps about it. So I'm putting our phone number up here. It's 877-614-0141. We are signing advisors up every day. Here's what we're not doing. I don't want to get 1,000 people into this system. We're an IMO. So I'll give you this example. If we have, let's say we have a city. If I were a lead company, I want to get as many people signed up in that city as humanly possible and sell as many leads as possible because I make more money. I'm interested in keeping people happy. I'm interested in long-term relationships. So let's say we put 5 agents in a community, and we can, in that area, we can generate, let's say, 15 leads a month, 15 prospects a month. Each advisor, they get 3 prospects a month, and they probably say, when I get them, they're really good, but this isn't enough. I need more. I would rather have one advisor in that area who's making more money than they've ever made before and loves us to death than 5 advisors that say we just do an okay job. So when we lock up a territory, we lock it up, and that's it. Nobody else is going in there. So call in. Our number's on there. Talk to one of our marketers. Claim your territory. Even if you're not sure, call and see if your area is available. Don't miss this opportunity. This is the direction that the market is going. If you do not have a robust digital marketing presence, you will fall behind because that will be a bigger and bigger and bigger component of how people seek information as 5 years from now, 10 years, 15 years from now. I thank you all for being on the call. Here's our number. call in, talk to our marketers. I'm sure it's going to be busy. The line's busy. Keep calling. We'll get back to everyone. Thank you.